Just in case we've never actually said thank you for watching Delmarva Life, please consider this our appreciation, but we also want you to stop by and be part of our studio audience. Book your seat by visiting WBOC.com, click on our picture at the top of the page, or just give us a call, 443-880-9116. You know, back in the day, I hate saying that, back in the day, a lot of kids had a Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, it was almost like a rite of passage and a perfect opportunity for parents to teach their kids about gun safety. But as you know, times have changed. Now there's a wide variety of air guns to choose from, but they're not all created equally.
No, they're not. Depending on the gun, the pellet, or plastic or steel BB can travel anywhere from 250 feet per second to as high as 1,650 feet per second. That, my friend, is comparable to the muzzle velocity of some handguns firing bullets. Now, as far as the damage that's caused, the size and the weight of the projectile has a big impact. But here's the bottom line. Some of the air guns that parents are buying for their kids today can cause some terrific damage. Take, for example, the story of a woman in a city park.
I walked right there and they were like right here.
At first, Francesca Petraline thought they were just kids out having some fun.
There was probably like 3 or 4 10 to 12-year-old little boys right there that they had like a big looking like airsoft gun or air rifle.
It was a Sunday morning around 1 o'clock. Petraline was picking up her son at her grandmother's. She said she heard a loud noise and came down to the park with her fiancé to investigate.
I turned like this to say something to my fiancé, and then that's when I got shot.
A BB hit her in the chest. She said the wound didn't bleed much, and it seemed to be only a bruise.
I started having like really trouble breathing. My side started to hurt, my back started to hurt, my arm hurt.
She went to the emergency room and found out why she couldn't breathe.
It went in through my chest, it punctured my lungs and collapsed it, and then lodged itself like right against, in between like the muscle and the skin on my back.
Petraline was in the hospital for about 2.5 days. Doctors told her the BB shouldn't be toxic and they won't be taking it out. She wants parents to supervise their kids or at least keep BB guns away from them.
They're not like a little kid's toy. They're not something you just go play with. They're an actual serious like weapon.
Francesca's doctors said the BB came just an inch from also hitting her heart, and yes, it is still lodged in her back. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have compiled some national data on non-powder gun injuries. Take a look at these numbers. Between 2001 and 2011, non-powder guns injured almost 210,000 people nationwide, including over 145,000 children 19 or younger. In 2011 alone, over 16,000 injuries, including over 10,000 injuries to children 19 and under, resulted from the use of non-powder guns. And according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, BB guns, as well as pellet rifles, have caused an average of 4 deaths a year.
4 too many.
4 too many.
That's right. So that's BB and pellet rifles. Now let's turn to firearms. While they might not be for everyone, in fact, the gun control debate has been going on for quite a while. There is one thing we can probably all agree on. If you choose to have firearms, learning how to use them correctly is a must. You want to be safe and responsible. Well, there's actually a class right here on Delmarva that teaches people how to do that.
If you choose to arm your home, learning how to use your gun safely should be a top priority. And the U.S. Tactical American Security Consulting Company, or TASC for short, can help you do just that.
We provide a whole range of services. We are a security consulting company, so we provide everything from firearms training to security consulting for businesses, homes, residential, corporate.
Evan says he and his 4 instructors all have prior law enforcement or military backgrounds.
I was a police officer for 10 years, and prior to that, I owned a security company, a security agency. I also worked at the Department of State as a diplomatic security.
And it's this experience that Evan says helps make the guys at TASC experts in all things security, including law surrounding owning a gun.
Well, basically, some people need firearms permits and some people don't. The people that need firearms permits are people that generally own businesses, have prior threats on their life, so on and so forth. And that's what we teach in the class, is what is lawful, when you can carry, when you can't carry.
These laws are covered in TASC's basic handgun classes.
It starts in the classroom, and then we learn safety and security of firearms.
After the classroom, it's time to head outside to the firing range, where you'll learn how to shoot at a flat target.
You'll see that front sight in between the rear sights. Do you see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're going to cut the center X in half and a nice smooth trigger pull to the back. Nice smooth trigger pull. There you go. One more time. There you go. Good. Nice smooth trigger. Good.
Once you graduate from a basic firearms course, it's time for more advanced training.
The second class, or tactical pistol, is the class that shows them how to handle a firearms effectively in a stressful situation. So first we start out with basically all regular targets just to warm them up. Moving and shooting, so moving from position to position, using cover and concealment.
Evan says this is when they teach a technique called slicing the pie, which makes you less visible to the bad guy while making the bad guy more visible to you. You'll even learn how to make tough judgment calls under fire.
So there'll be other targets there, foreground, background as well, that are not threat targets. So you have to be able to differentiate between those while judging whether it's a threat or non-threat target.
One of the last things that Evan and his team teaches is how to shoot under stressful situations. First, they make you run around to get your heart rate up. They then have you work your way through a course using all the techniques you've learned up to that point. Oh yeah, did I mention they'll be firing paintballs at you to get your adrenaline going?
You're going to fight like you train like you fight, right? So if you are just going to the range every so often and firing at flat targets, meaning just stationary targets, that's the way you're going to engage an aggressor. So we've got to get beyond that, and we've got to add stress so that in a stressful situation, when somebody's coming at you with a weapon or a knife or breaking into your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know what to do, you know how to do it safely.
And while the classes are fun, they have a serious purpose.
A lot of people, have the habit of thinking that, crime may not happen to me or will not happen to me. And the unfortunate part is that crime happens everywhere. The ultimate goal is that you know how to protect yourself lawfully and you know how to protect yourself tactically.
All right. Yeah.
Not everyone might feel comfortable with a firearm, so the guys at U.S. Tactical American Security Consulting also teach you how you should respond in an active shooter situation.
I'm very interested. I would like to learn that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, protecting yourself goes far beyond the physical you. What about all of your personal information? Keeping your identity safe could be as simple as shredding certain documents, but it all depends on the type of shredder. Up next, we'll show you what experts say would be a wise investment.
Well, while we're talking about your personal information, iPhones, iPads, and Mac computers are now beginning to feel the pain that PCs have for a while. What message device owners are receiving from Oleg Pliss that has them looking for answers?
And believe it or not, you also need to protect your debit and credit cards from something called skimming. We'll find out how it works and what you need to know when it comes to swipe safety.
But first, Delmarva Life's all about community, and that includes your community.
Is there something going on in your neighborhood? We'd love to hear about it and see photos from the event. Send the information our way along with any pictures you'd like to share.
You can reach us at comments@delmarvalife.com or like us on Facebook and share the information there. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.